It's a nice, quiet day, a hazy shade of the winter. And I'm Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher 33. Another step forward in life, another step forward on my journey. My journey I'm sharing with you right now, which is about identity shifting. Big buzzword right now in self-help, in online pop manifestation, hype manifestation that is so abundant on YouTube and just these internet communities in general. And I'm going to throw this out there in advance. People who really get into the hype manifestation, which is actually coming from a place of pain, a place of needing some dopamine, needing a hit of something so you can feel better about an emptiness inside of you. If that's where you're at right now, you're probably not going to enjoy what I'm going to share with you on my journey. Because this journey is going to be about something deeper. It's going to be something deeper in the human spirit and about becoming who I'm meant to be at this next phase of life. And yes, our desire matters. Our desire is that fire that ignites us, that propels us forward to have a reason to live and a reason to want to be something different. And our 3D reality matters. What we think our desires and the attainment of our desires brings us matters. But ultimately, the journey is about what goes on within, the feeling within, the knowing within. And one of the themes in my life right now, in my manifestation process, is the theme of relationships, romantic relationships, as well as friendships. See, the world changed in 2020. The world changed forever in 2020. There was a period of time where people dropped into a deeper state of isolation. And when you have a deep trauma that is inflicted on the consciousness of an individual and on the collective, then you're going to get a big identity shift. And at that time, what I found in that COVID world, there's a question deep inside of me saying, Jason, what are your true values? What do you really value? And I found out one of my true core values at that time was freedom. I don't like being told what to do. I don't like someone being able to impose their will and their rules on me. And that value dictated my identity in that time, what I spoke out for, what I stood for at that time. And I stood for unapologetically. But it cost me something. My stance and my choosing to stand and embody freedom cost me many deep relationships. It cost me people who were close and dear to my heart. And the paradox is that another value of mine is love, is a connection, wholehearted connection. And ever since 2020, what I found is I've had fleeting moments of wholehearted connection, but it wouldn't last. People would come into my life, I'd open my heart, and then they'd be gone. And what I found is that this circumstance that continues to repeat in my life around that value of genuine, deep-hearted connection is a reflection of a wound in me, of something that's a belief, a charge in my being, to where I believe on a subconscious level that when people come into my life and I open my heart and I trust them, they're going to betray me. They're going to abandon me. They're going to leave at some point, and I'll be back on my own. And that's a deep pain that's felt. So in this journey of identity shifting, what I found is I would manifest people, specific people. Yeah, I was successful in manifesting an SP in my life multiple times. But the story would continue to repeat. This person would show up, and on a deep level, part of me was assuming that this is too good to be true. And as I opened up and trusted, I would be betrayed. And one of the themes that you do hear on manifestation channels, that what you assume on a subconscious level, like these little assumptions that we have, they do play out. And I found that to be true in my life. So the identity shift in me now, the way I look at this is I'm invited to work with that belief and work on a deeper level, work on a subconscious level, because what's showing up in my world is a reflection of what I believe and what I am certain about. And that's the real challenge, is altering what we're certain about. When we want a new desired reality, we have to be certain about it. We have to be at peace with it. And the wounds that seem to be repeating in our life, the stories that are the same that show up, or at least we perceive them to be that way, are the hardest to transform. And so I'm being invited to transform that belief, and also being invited to look at my core values of how I'm showing up in relation to this particular theme. I'm being invited to ask, what is my relationship with myself? Am I abandoning myself? Am I betraying myself in the process of wanting to achieve connection with someone else outside? And that's what's been showing up in this journey for me. Deep stuff, calling for deep work and deep transformation, deep alchemy. And so that is where I am on this day, at this time, with the intent of moving forward in honesty with myself first, so that I can actually have a fighting chance of transforming the mirror, the way things are reflecting back. So that being said, if this resonates, if someone finds value, if you're connecting with this in some way, stick around, because I got more. See you on the other side.